Sim Life. Matt's gonna drive on down the track. Train Sim Life. It's good to see you've all come back. Matt's right here, he's just begun. Showing how it should be done. An engine driver's life is fun, and we can do it too. Train Sim Life. Matt's gonna drive on down the track. Train Sim Life. Good to see you in the chat. Matt will always do his best as he puts locos to the test. He drives for hours without a rest, and you can do it too.
Good evening, everybody. I do apologise for the late start. It was a combination of two different things going wrong. The first thing that went wrong is that I had about 10 minutes to 8, and I'm a bit hooked on a TV show at the moment. And I thought, I think I've got time to watch one more episode. And Korean shows are about an hour and 5 minutes long, and apparently my brain can't do basic maths, so yeah, that was a delay. And then the next thing was, when I finally got out here, I realised that my install of Train Sim World was running the wrong version of Train Sim, and we've just sat here waiting for it to reinstall to the correct version. So anyway, we're here. Welcome to the stream. Your mum's hooked on those as well, Rob. Oh, I'm completely crazed for them. Right, okay. Trains are more important. You're probably right, Brilliance. I'm a disgrace to everything, really. Talk about new TSW is tomorrow. Tonight's stream is a farewell stream. Farewell TSW 19. Farewell Blue. You've served us well. Green will serve us from tomorrow. Blue serves us tonight. So I thought I'd go right to the beginning, so that, you know, in times to come, we'll come back and we'll look at this video on YouTube and Twitch and say, huh, I remember it being blue. That's odd. So yeah, it was blue. Yeah, just, you can see the blue, yeah? Okay. Because you won't remember it. Give it a couple of years and you'll be like, nah, it was never blue, don't be silly. Right, hang on a second. Rob. Mr. Rob Powell, 34 months. Thank you very much, Rob. Much appreciated. Thank you very much, Rob. And then also, while the stream was sitting there waiting, Batara subscribed as well. So thank you very much indeed, Batara. Much appreciated. The Chuz, how are you doing, sir? So, given that this is a farewell stream, I thought I would start with some Great Western Express. And I'm going to run some Great Western, some Rapid Transit, and some NEC. Because why not, really? Do the 166, because I kind of like the 166. Set spring cloudy. And wheel runs. Do a service I haven't done before. 2 November 1-4. Yeah, why not? Let's do that one. Not bad trying to build a route in TS19. No, the Google Maps overlay import terrain is working. No, things have changed on the Google Maps overlay to where the instructions are different. I gather it can be made to work, but I don't know what they are at the moment. Right, let's put that in. Make this on day headlights. Right. We just need to get ourselves going. Is there a system to UK train numbers? It kind of is. It's called the TOPS system. So this is a class 166. On the front, you will notice it says 166. 3-digit class numbers are generally multiple units, so 166 is or 375s, 395s. Generally, the first digit tells you what kind of a train it is in terms of power. So 1s are diesels, 2s are diesel electric, I think. Correct me. 3 is third rail electric, 4 is... 3 is overhead electric, 4 is fourth, 4 is third rail electric. So like a 395 is overhead, a 466 is third rail, for example. De facto, no, there's no news about the editor. I know how much that's annoying everybody, but I haven't got anything else to say at the moment. And then it all goes completely apart after the 4s, yeah, because we've got 5s, 6s, 7s, 8s, and who knows what now. There was a system. Let's just say there was a system, but now it's almost random number generator. Where are we stopping? Ealing Broadway. Make something up about the editor. Tell people it's blue and called Eric. So the editor is blue and it's called Eric. There you go. There's some news, folks. I think they bought it, Baked Bean Kid. I think they bought it. Oh, the numbers in the timetable. Yes, again, there's probably a bit more logic to those. So like 2N23. The first one tells you, first digit, it tells you what... Ed, find a link and share a link for me. The first digit tells you what kind of service. 1 is express, 2 is regional, 9 is usually, I think, special services. Some of them are freight services. There's different numbers. The N tells you where in the region it is. And then the last 2 digits are the sequence number. So 2N01 will come before 2N03. Train reporting numbers, that's it. Thank you, EC. Oh, Great Western. This was the second route release for Train Sim World. German diesels like Love Miller. Oh, Love Miller would rock. Love Miller's one of my favourite German diesels. It's such an awesome sound to that beast. But I've got no news in terms of when they might happen. But... ironically, this was kind of a green route. Yeah, it was. Push up! I haven't watched the video yet, Bogdanro, but I was certainly aware of it. It's good to see people talking about it. Will I be playing trucks again, Bruins? Yes, I will. Trying to get back into the swing. We're slowly getting back into the swing of a regular stream. And then we can start bringing other things in again. ECM2 doesn't want a blue editor called Eric. She wants a yellow editor called King Bob. Well, if you should have specified that in the design documentation right at the beginning of ECM2. It's too late to change that stuff now. Am I looking forward to Wall-E this year? Yes. I don't know if it's even been confirmed internally whether we're going or not. I assume we are, but if not, I'd probably go myself. I do like Wall-E show. It's a very good show. Like the journey idea, Tintin? Excellent. I'm hoping people do enjoy it. A lot of people ask about wanting a German diesel. Yeah, well, there's 2 places they can use. There's the sections of Ruhr-Sieg which need a diesel, and there's the entire dockyard on Aschaffenburg that needs it. So there's definitely a need for it, but then there's a question of getting all the reference for it and all the rest of it. So making a loco is not just about deciding, let's make one of those now. There's then lots of other things that have to happen in the right order to actually make it even possible to make that loco. But it's known. Trust me, I'm just as frustrated. German diesel, German shunter would be amazing. No, Journeys not about being a passenger. Journeys is a sequence of scenarios and services that sort of makes it feel a bit more like a sequence of things that you do. It just strings the existing gameplay together a bit. Acton, if I remember rightly. Going past the yard. Anything like that, to be honest. I like shunters. The fact I like any kind of shunter, personally. There are not enough shunters and switches in this game. Hey, Mr. Searle, how are you doing, sir? Crocodile for something, yeah. How accurate is a physics simulation? I think the bits that are simulated are probably pretty spot on, but there may well be facets of the simulation which are not there. So, for example, I don't know if there's a drag simulation or if it's complete. But, for example, the underlying simulation of the engine systems is very, very good. In my humble opinion, obviously. JJ Soul can confirm about how humble I am. Oh, we do have rolling resistance, Ed. Okay. But having never driven a train myself, I certainly couldn't confirm it. I know I have spoken to drivers who seem very happy with it. I've never flown a plane either, to a bud, so it's very difficult for me to confirm how realistic things actually are. All I can do is say what the intent was. Right, unlock lift. It is hard to be as humble as me, indeed, Baked Bean Kid. 82, do I know if the 52 horn's been fixed on the PS4? I can't remember. I'll have to have a look tomorrow. Rock and roll Elvis, thank you for the follow. I will never be as humble as you, Moggy. I will never. No one can be as humble as you. Wait until 7:37. But I don't want to wait. Oh, I'm hyped for tomorrow. Looking forward to seeing the feedback as people get it and play it. But 7:37. Roll on. Look at this wonderful tab menu. And lock. Cue. Bogdanro, the mirrors aren't simulated because TSW doesn't do mirrors at the moment. Because there's a lot of processing overhead with doing mirrors, and so at the moment mirrors aren't there. Hence they've not been animated. You can see the mirrors tucked in, but they're not. They don't have the reflection on them, and they don't then spring out. Southall next, 3.1 miles. EC, what did you think of the changes made to the next signal marker, by the way? Specifically had you in mind when we did that change. So I'm hoping that improves that aspect for you. Maybe some of you missing from the dev stream tomorrow, maybe getting stuck in. Well, there you go, Tintin. That is no bad thing. Try jumping on the forums or Facebook pages, Dichaz, like UK Train Sims Forum or Railworks America, and see if they can give you some advice on making it work, because I know people are doing it. What have we got? 2 miles to Southall. I still really enjoy this route. This is a lovely route. Mr. BMJ Epic. How are you, sir? No, I'm not having another packet of crisps tonight. Rubku, thank you very much for the host, Rubku. Welcome to Rubku's viewers. It's a Dutch raid. .2 miles, 70 miles an hour. You're ill, BMJ. I'm still not having a pack of crisps. Cut the power. Jam donuts. Oh, that was fun today, children. Oh, 900 yards coming in too slow. Oh yeah, this has always struck me as well. The screen space reflections on the side here are just amazing. It's just so much extra detail, and it's cheap actually. Little screen space reflections like that are a very low cost thing to do. Try to stop with only your emergency brakes. That'll probably happen at some point tonight. Oh, I've just realised something. I'm playing in noob mode. So this is the final version of the game where it won't really matter where along the platform you stop. You normally get a whole bunch of free download to Chuz. If I remember rightly, you normally, for a chunk of it is free, and then if you use more than that, you pay. That's been like that for a long time, and I don't think Dovetail have ever had to even. Oh, yeah, of course. You probably do need one, yeah. Oh, dear. Come on. Passengers be doing their things. Oops. Lil Patrick, so none of the content is free. The deluxe edition, you got the GP40 in the current one. There's the second deluxe edition. Effectively, it's a new deluxe edition. So if you want that, you need to buy that, or just pick up the route on its own. It's the same deal, same difference. Oh, that's good to know, EC. Yeah, I'm hoping that'll make a difference. If there's any other aspects of the game which are colour challenging, let me know. I want to try and improve that aspect of it. Do you want some crisps? A revarnish. There you go, mate. Reach out. There you go. They're yours. Have them. No, I haven't got them anymore, BMJ. Revarnish has got them. You think he buys it? "15 seconds. What's wrong with my headphones? Are you pinkist? Rock and Roll Elvis, welcome to the stream. If you've got TSW, the current TSW, then what happens tomorrow at some point during the day, I think it's about 3-ish, depending on whether things go well or not, is that the your game will automatically update, and you'll get all the new menus and journeys and all that sort of stuff and functionality. Any routes that you don't have from TSW 2020, you won't suddenly get, however. You still need to buy the content, but there should be a pack you can buy which will get you that, which can get you that sort of updated to all of that content. If all you want is Peninsula Corridor, that will be available on its own as a 10% discount as well, which will be the cheapest way of doing it. JJ, so headphone, mouse, USB cables, Xbox controllers, t-shirts, and now coffee mug. I know I drive Jordan up the wall. Rooster, no, I have started looking at the pathing issues on GWE. I've made quite good progress, but it's not been able to get it done for this particular build. I'm gonna put a few extra, but I'll put a few extra bits and nice surprises in there as well. Try and get that into testing as soon as possible. I work with JJ, so the fact. Driving someone up the wall is an expression that means driving them nuts. Hayes and Harlington. Do the old routes disappear? No. No. Whatever you bought, you keep. How did you get one of those hats we had on yesterday? Keep an eye on social media. They're going to start giving some away, I think. This is Hayes and Harlington. I need to start practicing stopping at the right points, really, so I can get maximum scores. EC, I don't know. I'll have to ask around the Model Railway Club tomorrow and see if anyone's coming along. We made a bit more progress. We've got wood now for the first layer of the framework construction for the Dovetail Model Railway. When we have a working weekend, I'll try and stream some of it. Yeah, we're building a model railway at Dovetail Towers. We've already built the model railway in Unreal, actually, in TSW. So it'd be interesting to try and make that available at some point so that other people can have a play as well. Yes, Ed. West Drayton, 2.2 miles. DCC, yeah, of course EC. Don't be silly. Of course it's DCC. Should really make sure I remember to get a screenshot or I'll get shouted at. Good job, Matt. Good job. Yes, BMJ. We're streaming all the way through to TSW 2020 now, because I'm going to, at some point I've got to go to bed and go to work and do a day's work, and then do the dovetail stream. No, I use Control F2 to take the shot, so the end result doesn't have the motion blur on it. Hey Sonic, looking forward to 2020. Excellent. Am I paid for DTG streams, or is it considered free time? I do it because I want to do it. So, no. Yeah, it's a free time thing. Don't think so, Bogdan Rowe. Not unless if you've got like a USB keyboard or something like this, you can use the. I don't know if the. No, they don't work. You can't use the up and down arrows. So no, probably not. .6 mile. I'm much the same bait being kid. I prefer the 166. Feels more like you've got stuff to do. HST is a bit sort of fire and forget. Yeah, the fences aren't great, are they? Chicken fried noodles. I totally agree with you on that. You're going to jump straight into journey mode for Caltrain. It's really good actually. If you try that and just see how you get on with it, I'm really interested in getting people's feedback on journey mode. No one's looking at it at the moment, chicken fried noodles, but I believe there is actually a ticket raised on the internal system about it, so it's known and aware of. We spent all of our time upgrading old routes. There've never been any new ones though, so. Wait until 7:53. Come on. Three, two, one, go. Five to Slough. So I thought after this we'd do some Talent 2 on Rapid Transit. And then we'll do some ACS 64 on NEC, and then we'll see what time is. Oh, absolutely. If you're interested in the high-speed stuff, the HST is where it's at, Derek, totally. For me, I don't really enjoy the high-speed stuff particularly. Good evening, Gouger. How are you doing, sir? You're up at 4:30 AM, Gouger. Crikey. That's not even a real time of day. Don't even kid me. Actually, no, that is a real time of day. That's called bedtime. Four miles to Slough. Any plans for the future? New countries, content like Romania, for example. I mean, there's always, looking at new countries, but going into a new country is quite a large investment, and there's always the problem of not knowing the local railways, particularly or at all in this case with someone like Romania, or what people are looking for. Because American enthusiasts look for different things in a product to a British enthusiast. And so it's like you've got to understand that. Good night, Mika. And how do the trains work? How do the safety systems work? What are the operating rules? Lots and lots of detail that's just really difficult to pick up. So there's a lot of expense in going into new countries, and training and knowledge, as well as making stuff. So never say never at all. We will be looking at other countries, but it's not straightforward as just doing it. $2.7 to go. Would help from local enthusiasts from each country is a difficulty. Pretty much if we go into another country, that's kind of the time when I start looking at beefing up the beta team with more people to support. Slough, is how it's pronounced. Or Slough, if you want to be really, stupid. And annoy people that come from Slough. $84 miles an hour, 1.2 miles to go. Cut the power. Well, it's no different how annoyed everyone gets about my pronunciation of German places, Mika. Actually, it's more they laugh at me. I don't think anyone really gets annoyed, but I think everyone just can't stop laughing. It's one of those side-splitting things. Mark 644, 22 months. Hi Matt, another resub. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much indeed, Mark. Much appreciated. Chatham is how it's pronounced. Chatham. Not Chatham or anything posh like that. Nothing posh about Chatham. Gillingham. There's actually two places in the UK. One is called Gillingham and one is called Gillingham. Gillingham is this one. Gillingham is in Dorset. Hey James, I'm doing good, thank you. Well, much appreciated, Bogdaner. Much appreciated. BNSF would be cool, Will Patrick. It's a bit more complicated because you can't. BNSF stuff can't be sold outside of America. Any plans for Steam on TSW 2020 with what you can say? Definitely want to have Steam at some point, but at the moment I can't. No plans to share about where. Chatham is a very posh place. We talk proper. He's lying. Right. Excuse you, EC. We talk proper in it. That's what they say where Moggy comes from. Bogdanro, thank you very much for the cheers. Much appreciated. The Medwadian coming out. Never heard that expression before. Right, that was a double yellow. Single yellow with a filter. 40 limit also coming up here. Paddy Fancy, 2 years of being a part of the MPTV community, 24 months indeed. Thank you very much, Paddy Fancy. Very much appreciated. What Porter says you speak that on Japanese. Oh dear. That's cool. I've never heard him say that. I can't run TSW 2020 tonight. No, I will be running it tomorrow. I'll be running it on the official stream with Dimitri tomorrow at 6 o'clock, and then when I come home after a bit of dinner, I'll be then running it on this stream for those that still haven't picked it up and want to have a look. I'm just hyped running Peninsula Corridor. I love that route. Hey Jill, how's it going? Bogdanro, thank you again for the cheers. Maidenhead 4.2. I think the pricing information is up on the Dovetail Live website, James. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. Will the other equipment on the Peninsula Corridor also arrive in a future update? That will be announced if it's going to happen at the appropriate time. There's nothing to talk about at the moment. I'd like to see it, obviously. There's some cool stuff. Particularly the MP36. See you later, Bogdanro. Good to see you. 3.2 miles. Thanks again, Bogdan. Very much appreciated, sir. 2.5 miles. We are being crossed back onto the slow lines again. Yay for random line swaps. Rivanis, thank you for the cheers. Good night, Mika. You've got Josh. You got Lear already, so when the update happens tomorrow, you'll only need to buy 2 of the routes, while 3 of California commuter is included. Yeah, that's in the Digital Deluxe Edition. So if you pick up the Digital Deluxe Edition, that's probably the best way to get the complete set. Got reduced speed for the 40 coming up in 0.8. Good evening, Flying Scotsman. How are you doing? Yeah, he's learning again. Flying is getting bad habits from Moggy showing up midway through a stream. It's just disgraceful behaviour. Setting such a bad example to the newbies. Excited for tomorrow? Well, you know, it's another day. What do you think? Hey, Fenno. Yeah, out with the old, in with the new. Crossed over, 500 yards. Moricom will be doing the official stream at 6 o'clock, and then after I come home and have a bit of dinner, then I'll do a stream, a TSW 2020 stream here. A welcome to 2020 stream. Good evening, Camp Jenks. How are you? I'm going to leave the PC updating overnight. Yeah, I'll probably just leave it. I'll just leave it as it stands, and it'll just update when the thing goes live. Buy Stream Deck for a cheap price. I don't know if you can, but there is a thing you can get which makes a Stream Deck work on your mobile. I haven't had a play with that yet. My desk looks suspiciously tidy, almost as though you knew the cameras were coming. Actually, Inspector Tiger, funny story. Not only did I knew the cameras were coming, but they were waiting and saying, "Are you going to clean your damn desk up yet?" So basically, I took all of the rubbish off my desk, opened a cupboard, threw it all in there, closed it. Jordan can agree. Jordan can attest to this. That actually is happening. Because he had to do it as well, although his desk is generally a lot tidier than mine. Anyone's desk is a lot tidier than mine. Yeah, and now my desk has got nothing on it. It's just a really boring, lifeless desk. There's no soul, or wrappers, or empty products. Lock the door. Dirty dishes. Was the comfy chair bought in specially? No, it was just one of the chairs we got upstairs in the kitchen. That chair I was sitting upstairs it might not look like much, but it's so comfortable. You still need to get all crunchy nut clusters out of the cupboard. Yeah, really. I still need to get all of my poop out of the cupboard. Redecorate my desk again. Empty Marmite jars, steady on Paddy Fancy. No one called for that sort of insult. I had one of those blue mesh chairs for Najiva for about a month, and then I gave it to Adam. Just doing my back in. I'm too used to this. This thing is so nice. How long do I spend in hair and makeup? Hours! I look like a bald, stressed old man normally. Careful. Six miles for Twyford. Twyford! Good night, Gouger. What have we played so far tonight? Just this. I was late starting. What make is it? One of those. GT Omega Racing Max, is it? It's the bigger one. The biggest one they do. I don't know. Omega. GT Omega Racing Max or something like that. I don't know. It is a very nice chair. Yeah, it's got the head cushion. It's also got a lumbar cushion as well. My head cushion's upside down. That's specifically to upset Jordan, to be honest. See, Jordan? It's all the Greenford services that stop at Acton Mainline, Cyrus. Oh, you found one on the normal services that do? Oh, okay. Yeah, on console there are no Greenford services, unfortunately. Oh dear. 3.9. Yeah, it'd be awesome if I could get one of these chairs for work. So much better. Can I not have one for work? Well, if I buy it myself, but they're not cheap, so. Console exclusion of content is not cool. It was done for performance reasons. It's a lesser machine compared to the PC min spec, therefore it has to do less. What chairs the office provide? They're standard office limitation, standard office chairs. They're perfectly comfortable. They're just not this perfect. But then I can't remember how expensive this chair was. This was an expensive chair. I was clearly feeling extravagant at the time. Oh, it's because the other chair I had, which was an IKEA chair, broke. Can't imagine why. One mile to go. Let's cut the power. Still got 2 minutes. Right, we're probably getting swapped over again. Yeah, we are. You can see because we've got an upcoming 40 limit. Except we're supposed to stop here. Hey, this station looks familiar, Jordan. See, that was a perfect stop, near enough. Thank you, long platforms, yeah, really. Excuse me, madam. Thank you. I'm on the hunt for collectibles. Don't judge me. The driver was last seen running down the station, bashing into passengers. That one? No, that's not one. That's silly. Well, we've got a green light now. Let's get in the driver's door, shall we? Just for the giggles. Wait until 8:17. Dex 2020 comes out about 4 PM tomorrow, and it will short auto update on all platforms. Peninsula Corridor will be $24.99 with a 10% discount, so whatever that works out at. And the next stop, and our final stop, is at Reading. Oh, wow, Dex. GG, sir. Well done. Really, really pleased. Pleased as punch to hear that, Dex. That's brilliant. About time you got some good news. $4 miles. What we're doing next, I don't know exactly which one I'm doing next, but it's going to be a northbound Talent 2 on rapid transit of some sort. No, I could well believe, Dex. I could well believe you wouldn't allow yourself to even get a slightest bit of hope up. But yeah, that's good. That's really, really good. Baked Bean Kids, you're a top man. Thank you very much, Baked Bean Kids. 0909, good evening, hi all. Good evening 0909, 5th month, thank you very much indeed for that resub. Good evening Jake, how's it going? Cyrus, thank you very much for the follow. Right, when are we due? 8:23, so I've got 2 and a bit minutes to go. It's a sad farewell to TSW 19 tonight, Jake. The tears from the viewers have been real. Good night, Captain Jenks. If you haven't seen it yet, Dex, Dimitri and I did an official stream and showed off all the new stuff in the new version yesterday. We haven't shown off Peninsula Corridor. No, we're going to show that tomorrow. No, it wasn't called TSW 2019, but if I was to say farewell TSW, then people would freak out. You want me to try and get Dimitri to smile on stream tomorrow? Well, I guess we could try. You talk about his streams, doesn't he? He streams, he smiles. What I'll do is I'll wait for him to be just coming into the last bit of a station and I'll tickle him or something. Enjoy that. Citrus Sausages, thank you very much for the sub, much appreciated. Jake, TSW 2020 launches tomorrow about 4 PM. Oh, of course you can, Dex. Yeah, I mean, I'm still on Discord. I've not got a Discord open at the moment, but by all means, send me a message anytime you like, mate. Oh, hello, Mr. HST. According to that, I'm playing it, not streaming it. That's correct, because Discord is not running at the moment on my streaming PC. But it probably is running it on this PC, where I'm playing the game. So it has no idea that I'm streaming it. I'll probably find if I fire up Discord on this machine. Come on, Windows, be a winner. Oh, sorry, Moricom, are you still having problems accessing that account? I'd completely forgotten about that. If you are, then I will try and drop a message over to them tomorrow. What gets most points? Stopping in the right place but arriving late, or stopping on time but in the wrong place? It's about an even spread, to be honest. I mean, if for example, so if the stop is awarded 500 points, then there's another 500 for accuracy of time and another 500 for accuracy in space. So if you lose 100 points of time to gain 100 points in space, then it's up to you how you want to play that. It's kind of something to get used to. Oh, level 69. Fun times. Alright, I think I've got the email you sent me previously, Moricon, but if you want to send me details again, I will ping a message over. Apologies for that. I know I said I would do that ages ago. Is it even possible to be perfect? Yes. It's kind of a flat at the top, so it's not a triangle strictly. It's kind of a triangle with a flat bit on the top, so there is a window where you can get maximum score. Right, anyway, back out of this. Remember the blue user interface. Blue user interface. Discord now says you're streaming, yes, because I've got Discord running and minimized on the other screen. It's in a whisper, I'm here. Alright, thank you, Murray. Right, so, change route. Rapid transit. Scenario services, we're going to go talent 2. We are going to do summer cloudy. Actually, you know what? Summer rain. Actually, no, it's not summer rain. Let's not do summer rain. Let's keep it cheerful and happy and positive. So I want to do a northbound run, which is from Markleysburg northbound to Magdeburg. That will do. Let's do that one. You liked what you saw on the dev stream yesterday? Awesome, Pete. That's really good to hear. Thank you. Right, unlock doors. That's this one. Master switches on, reverse it forwards, dimmed beam on that, turn the cab lights off. Oh, I'm trying to remember how to drive this thing. CIFA, PZB. And switch to day-night. That's better. That's better. $8:16:30. Yeah, I'd like to do another editor video on the official channel at some point. Inspector Tiger. Need to practice my route building mojo so I can do a stream on making a simple route. Let's have some privacy in here, please. Oh, hello. That ain't gonna work. Red Bars, thank you for the follow. Ah, but which test track would you like to see? There are so many to choose from. Wildenrath is the one that's in TS1. I nearly forgot we're still in monitoring. It's released from that. I don't think for 1 minute we still need to remain in that. Derek, at the moment it's just the content that's part of TSW 2020 specifically that's been upgraded. There's no plans announced yet about upgrading the other routes to it, but I know there is tasks in the schedule to get onto it at some point. Trying to remember how to drive this train now. So long since I've driven the Talon. Yeah, all of your current DLC will work fine on the new version. Shouldn't be any problem there. If you do have any problems, shout, because it's all expected to work. Come something simple. How about the West Coast Main Line? Maybe. 16-year stream starts tomorrow. Wait till 8:20, which is coming up in 4, 3, 2, 1. But yeah, to be honest, it's making all the old assets, all the existing assets available is one of the things that's making it take longer to do the editor. To be honest, will broken services and C4 achievement be fixed in the update? There's some improvements in those areas. I don't know whether all the ones that you're referring to may be fixed. I don't know. Are all the ones you're referring that you found? Have you raised support tickets for them? Next stop is 1.7 Muckleberg. Oh, yeah, I'd love to do Big Boy at some point, Chuz, but it will not be the first steam engine we do. It sounds like a UFO or something. Don't ask me how I know what a UFO sounds like. Shh, secret. Al Park, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Oh, you're going to pick up the 182? Oh, nice, Derek. Hopefully we'll see a 182 on this journey, actually. Where'd you come from? I believe that's the case, Pete. But let's find out till tomorrow. I know that pricing and all the rest of it is is down to the platform vendors whether discounts get applied, how, and all the rest of it. So I know that it's in hand with the retail team. I can't remember exactly. I believe there's a 10% discount on all platforms. But don't hold me to it if I'm wrong, because I'm usually wrong, and that'll just take up a lot of your time. Right, 67% power. To be honest, there's a lot of element of that's where TS1 has got to, Inspector Tyker, with the dispatcher. It's such a beast that no one wants to touch it. Because you could never guarantee that you haven't missed some element of it, that you've now broke it all. Oh, 8 meters out. Hello. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Get that dopamine rush as it goes bling. Oh, another one here. Bling. Super satisfying. Got a bit of time to wander. Let's see if we can't find something else fun. Where is yonder spade? Where is yonder shovel? I see no shovel. Maybe I've already picked it up. Hello. Excuse me, everybody. Thank you. Coming through important business. Lock the doors. Leipzig Konowitz. Actually supposed to keep it around 50 kilonewtons. I've seen a lot of people asking for longer routes. Has the team considered doing shorter, more densely populated routes? There's a lot of people asking for the longer routes, so the desire is to try and get the routes longer. Have more areas to explore away from the tracks. Yeah, I don't know how that goes down, because fundamentally we're a train simulator and people are wanting to drive trains, so giving them more places to walk, I don't know how well that would go down. Something to look at. Yellow, which is approach for red. Down to 65, ready for the 500 Hertz. Right, slowing down to get stopped. Oh, just about spot on. Yeah, a nice little German shunt would be ideal, wouldn't it, Euro? Right, we've got a 500 Hertz restricted monitoring going on, so we're limited to 25 kilometres an hour as we pull out the station. Watch me forget that. Alright, we're now in standard restrictive monitoring, so we're clear up to 45. How do you mean, what's with the title? Deadly? Right, we're out of restricted monitoring. We can now proceed up to the speed limit. Looking for Leipzig MDR next, which is around the corner. That'll drop us down to 85. And... oh. Didn't slow down fast enough. We got a blockage in front of us. Yeah, the previous train is still there, look. Alright, shut up. 25 kilometers now. No, I know, Francois, it's not ideal, but then I also haven't done that much streaming in that time either, so don't beat yourself up about it, and certainly don't do it if you haven't got time. Oh, anyone who wanted to see a talent, there's one coming up. Right, now we can pull up to 45. Oh, she does look nice. Yeah, there's a lot of link between them. That's the Taurus. That's a Euro Sprinter, and the ACS 64 is a City Sprinter. But they both come out of the same factory, I think, or at least the same design house. Yeah, Utah should be good. I haven't even looked at Washington yet on ATS, Mark. I'm really looking forward to get some time to play some American trucks in. Right, so restricted 1000 Hertz, so 45 kilometers an hour as we pull out. Give it 50 kilonewtons of power. Well, I'm getting back to regular streaming now, Francois, slowly but surely, so things will return to some semblance of craziness. I mean normality. Right, that's up to 40. Get restricted monitoring, or 1000 Hertz to end, or the restricted monitoring, one of the two. Ninja Joker, thank you very much for the sub, 13 months, much appreciated. Still got restricted monitoring. We're now going to get another 1000 Hertz from this signal. There's a new K100. Ooh, moggy. Tasty. Might have to have a look at that. I do like the K100. 500 Hertz is lit. How's the One-Off Model Railway doing? It's doing fine, Mark. Next, the Bank Holiday weekend coming up in August. That's when we're going to be doing the next session with it. So that'll be streamed as always. This is the first of the underground baked lighting stations. They're absolutely stunning. Service in front is starting to make us late now. I'm already late for the next station. I haven't even started this one. Right, 25 kilometers an hour limit. Do you think with new consoles becoming like Xbox, PS5, there's more possible in TSW? Oh, as more horsepower comes out to the machines, then there's always potentially more that can be done with them. What does baked lighting mean? Big Bean Kid, do you know what ray tracing is? Just out of interest. Essentially, it's the same as ray tracing, but on a game level instead. No idea. Okay, so the way video games work is you've got a 3D model, but you need lighting to make it lit up, right? So what you do is you put a light in the scene, and what the light does, the game, because light is really complicated, because light bounces off things, and so if you shine a light at a wall, there'll be another bit of light comes off another wall. And trying to calculate all of that stuff is supremely expensive. And then you've got to think about all the shadows and everything else that happens. So you end up actually... so what ray tracing does is it will calculate all of the light rays that come out, millions of light rays that come out of a light source, and then bounce them around the scene and look at how... Imagine you've got a yellow wall and a white wall. If you shine a light at a yellow wall, you'll get a reflection, a bounce of light, which is a yellowy colour on the white wall. So you kind of have to take that into account as well. So ray tracing does all of that stuff, but that is super expensive for video games. So if you try and do that actually at real time, okay, the RTX cards are kind of, that's what the RTX real-time light ray tracing are trying to, that's their speciality. But for regular, mortal cards, that stuff is out of bounds. You just there's no way you can achieve that stuff. So the way that lighting works normally is it's a very primitive. How far away are you? Is a surface? Is it facing the light? And if so, the distance from the light will give it an amount of that it will reflect by, or how much it will be lit up by it. That's okay to a point. However, to light an underground station like this, which is, there's no artificial light, there's no what they call background illumination or global illumination here. It's all done by all of these lights. That gets superbly expensive because you end up having tons and tons and tons of these lights in here, and the frame rate absolutely tanks. So what baked lighting does is you put as many lights in the scene as you want, and then you just tell it, go away for 10 hours, or whatever time it takes, and figure out what this scene looks like. And then it will rebake all of the textures and the lighting in the scene and calculate it, so that it doesn't have to figure it out in real time. Everything is just done. So I get a lovely high frame rate in here, even though I've got what looks like supremely complicated lighting going on. So you can't really do baked lighting outside because the time of day changes, otherwise you'd end up with a lit bits of track at night, or vice versa. But if you're in a controlled lighting area like this, you can do full baking on the light, which just looks amazing. And the frame rates are the best you can ever get in the game, pretty much, because it's not doing any lighting calculations at all. Does that explain anything, or just witchcraft? Should I have just said witchcraft? Right. Another yellow. Back on the 1,000, up to 45. What's the Hertz Limiter thing do? So that's PZB, that's the German safety system. So there's magnets on the track, Belize's magnets, a bit like an AWS magnet in the UK. And what they do, they either send a 1,000 Hertz frequency, a 2,000 Hertz frequency, or 500 Hertz frequency, and they're at different times or different points along the track, essentially. And what they do is, depending on the mode that the internal system is in, they'll make different indicators come up on the screen, and I'll have to drive to different speed limits and so forth according to what actually comes up. So it's restricted monitoring is this flashing symbol in here, and then the 1,000 Hertz is light up. That tells me I've got a 45 kilometers an hour speed limit. Do the wheels spark if wheel slip occurs? Yes, they do, Ronick. If you have a look on my YouTube channel, I demonstrated it on the Class 66 by disabling some of the traction motors and relying on a single traction motor to try and pull the train. Kiwi Hobo, thank you for the follow. Meow Meow, thank you for the follow. There are a couple of PCB tutorials online, Scotty. If you've got Rosig, Nord or Main Spec at Barn, there's quite detailed stuff in the manual for those ones on Train Sim World. That should hopefully have. A lot of people, I wrote the original version for Rosig, and I got a lot of positive feedback from people saying, yeah, this actually makes a huge difference and that they've learned how to use PZB. A lot of it is just though practice. and it is quite frustrating until you actually figure it out. So we've got 1000 hertz still, so we're still at 45 limit. You did at this station. Was this the station to do the bait lighting? Because I'm not quite sure I understand the question, Derek. Hey, Fran Jobles, how's it going? First time, excellent. Welcome to the stream. TSW 2020 out tomorrow, so one last play of this version tonight. Essentially, Derek, this entire underground section, from when we first went underground after MDR until we come out after Teeth here, is baked as one big section. It actually takes quite a long time to do the light bake for this. You end up with about, I don't know, 30 PCs, taking about 10 or 15 hours, I think it is. Good night, Jill. Oh, almost every game will use baking, Big Dog, because most games don't have dynamic lighting, which means you can just set the scene up exactly as you want it and kick it off for baking, and then when it comes back it looks 10 times better and the frame rate is 100 times higher. But what you then can't do is say, oh, can you move the sun down a little bit, because then you need to rebake the whole thing a bit. When will TSW Moggy Edition finally be released? That's basically just test track with 500 Gronks. Is that what you mean, Moggy? Will I be streaming the new one tomorrow? So it'll be on the official channel tomorrow. I'll be hosting it with Dimitri on the official channel at Dovetail Games from 6 to 7:30. And then when I get home, yes, I'll be doing some more on my channel here. Yeah, mine too, Daddy Dorito. This is my favourite part of the route by far. It's brilliant. No, you can't do it automatically at the moment, Cyrus. It is on my wish list, but it's not something you can do yet. Right, so we have monitoring still, but no 1000 hertz, which is good. So we're still limited to 45, but that will release. Oh no, it won't, because we're about to get hit with an 80 kilometers an hour with flashing green, so I need to acknowledge it. That'll give us 1000 hertz. Franjo Balls, thank you for the follow. So we'll just leave it at 40 for the time being. Oh, got another Talent 2 service coming in the other way. Released from monitoring so it can get up to speed limit. Can you play in 4K on TSW? Yeah, you can play in 4K. It supports 4K. I can't because I haven't got a 4K system. Not really want one, to be honest. some of the US fast transit systems, such as Baked Bean Kid. I mean, Lear is one of those, isn't it? Yeah, I just realised I should be stopping here. 8 gig GPU should be fine, Ronak. This thing has fairly monster brakes though, so we're good. Well, it uses a combination of air and electric brakes, Joey. So when you put it in fairly full braking, you are getting quite a lot of brake force applied. But that's the key thing. This commuter EMU was specifically designed for rapid start, rapid stop. Ironic, SSD improves load times and it reduces stutters from loading data as well. I don't care about the passengers, though, Baked Bean Kid. I'm here to drive trains. The passengers are just there to pay the bills for me to drive the trains. SD70 ACE. Remind me, which one's the ACE, Derek? Is that the one that's got sort of the more vertically oriented windows? I like both of them actually, the M2 and the ACE. The SD70s are interesting. They make a lovely sound as well, as they should, being EMD. Right, 100 limit. Right, we've got a 70 for turning left, which we're not doing, but I'm going to acknowledge it anyway. We've got nothing else on the PZB, so we's good. 3.3 for Leipzig Messe. You know what? Just as we think those funky air hoses problem is gone, they'll sneak back in. The problem is that it's not one problem. It's one symptom of 100 different causes. Classic ERF units, yes. Oh yeah. No, I'm a big fan of the F7s. Or any of them, to be honest. They're all nice. But you can't beat an F7. One of the first add-ons I helped work on for Microsoft Train Sim was the Erie Mining Company one. And that was my first sort of sight of seeing, because that had the F7 ABBA at the front, and I was just taken aback by it. I just love the look of that train. ERF units ever work on Horseshoe? Yes, indeed, Baked Bean Kid. In fact, I believe the TS1 version of Horseshoe Curve comes with a Penzi F7 ABBA. So we're running 3 minutes behind now. We need to try and get caught up. Yeah, I think the platforms are all designed to support 6-car trains, so I think I'm only running a 3. Yeah, I'm only running a 3. They have to be long if Matt's driving. Thank you, baby kid. I'm not saying you're wrong, but... Nothing fancy on the PZB at the moment. Oh, the cab car is so... Probably my favourite is to drive the cab car, Joey. Ed has absolutely knocked it out of the park on the sounds. Not to say the F40 is bad at all, but I like the cab car. It's got like this wind whistling effect. Because apparently the recordings showed that there was a lot of wind blowing through these things when they were riding. It has wind, yeah, it does. Badly. Well, yeah, LZB is cheat mode, Ronak. 4.3 for Rackwitz Leipzig. Moggy, yes, as in Mr. F. Yeah, when you're driving the cab car, if you open the windows, it's actually quite a noisy experience. Even though you can't hear the engine. Well, not very well anyway. We did a research trip, being kid, and brought all the sounds back, and then Ed did set up for the cab car. Get a bit of speed up on this section. This means I'm never going to stop at stations. Yeah, you'd think it was a holiday, Scotty, but actually the guys, they get up very early in the morning and they go to bed very late and they're very tired. They have a really good time, don't get me wrong. They really enjoyed it out there, but research trips are hard work. Yeah, I did, Moggy. Shh, don't, shh. Told him it was an LMS local he'd never heard of before, and he was quite excited. No, to be honest, getting stuff set up to make Steam work in TSW is not the difficult bit, Moricom. That just needs doing. Diesel electric, I think, is going to work out far harder ultimately than Steam will do. Because there's a lot less magic with Steam, whereas diesel electrics, there's lots of black boxes with electronics and computer systems that just make life difficult, because getting actually what's inside that black box is difficult. So I think Steam will be actually not terrible to do. I think getting the particle effects right is going to be a challenge. I think making them accessible so that you get a full experience for the hardcore player, but you also make it so that someone who just wants to make a steam engine go can do that. And the training experience, all that stuff is tough. Other research trips to gather all the sounds and features on locos. Yes, it's cab rides, audio recording, it's photographs, it's photographs along the route. Everything and anything, basically. Right, nothing fancy on PZB, so we're good for line speed again. 4.8 for Jotao. Yeah, the trick there is to make it to where it can you can do it on one player. Baked Bean Kid, i.e. you have something that can properly auto fire or even properly drive and let you do the coaling and firing. I think there's lots of fun prospects. Don't think it needs to wait till multiplayer, but it can't rely on one player doing everything. That just makes it too hard. 3.6. Copy Freak, still no editor in TSW? No, not yet. There's no news about it yet. There's actually third parties have already got the editor, CompuFreak, on a closed beta basis to start learning how to use it. So, yeah, definitely. The multiplayer on TS1, yeah, that was really good fun. I enjoyed that. This is the whizzy bit of the route because I get a lot faster this section to 160 kilometers an hour. Hey, on the car. Whizzy being the correct term. Yes, absolutely, Baked Bean Kid. It is a technical term. If you can't keep up with the use of these technical terms, then there's not much I can do to help, I'm afraid. It's like when they talk about things like HS1 and HS2, they say things like that because if they said the whizzy bit, everyone would say, wait, what? Right, Dilic und Bahnhof. 50 kilonewtons until we get sped up to the right speed. Lovely. Another Taurus. Yeah, it's a coalition between First and Trenitalia that have taken over, or going to be taking over the West Coast Main Line. Pete? So it was interesting, they were specifically calling out dumping the Voyagers and replacing them. And they're going to modernise the Pendos. Well, I don't know what's happening to them. They just said they're replacing them, Baked Bean Kid. In their website, they talk about replacing the unliked Voyager trains or something. Joey, are there going to be many freight services on the corridor? What's the corridor that you're referring to? Oh, do you mean the Peninsula Corridor? Sorry. It's a mixture of runs up and down the line, and there's some unloading of wagons, a bit of switching. Nothing massively extensive, because there isn't a lot of freight on that line. I think when the guys went out there for a week, they barely saw a freight train at all. BK4444, welcome to the stream. Thanks for the follow. You're retiring all the SD60s. Does that include the first responder ones as well, Derek? If so, that's a shame. I like those too. Right, got nothing funky on PZB. Bitterfeld is next. Is there a reason for that, Derek? Have they found there's a maintenance cost and they're replacing them with something new, or are they failing emissions now, or...? "11 kilometres now to Bitterfeld." To Bidford. almost up to the speed limit. That makes sense, Derek. How do you see the max speed limit? It's the red tick on the speedometer. Down here. And if there's another change of speed limit coming, it'll show up here. Seven and a half clicks. What all of this time spent at high speed means is no chance in heck that I'm going to get stopped at the station in time. Because I'm going to be enjoying the high speed so much, going, yay, this is really cool, not having to stop. Oh my god, I should have stopped. Clown nose noise. It is a little bit Paddy, isn't it? 5.2 for Bitterfeld. Right, yellow. $85 down to $65. We did it. 500 Hertz. And there's a red light. Coast in at 25. I was wondering when we'd catch up with the one in front with all that high speed running. Right, so restricted monitoring 500 Hertz, so 25 kilometers an hour limits. Now up to a 45 kilometer hour limit. As you turn PZB on, it's on this loco. It's on the back wall, or you can just press Control Enter and Shift Enter to turn on PZB and CIFA, or go and find the control and turn it on that way on the back. In this case, it's on the back wall. Oh, I see. We're reducing speed here because we're changing tracks. Believe this means I can go above. Yes. The flashing 85 means I'm limited to 85. Got a flashing green signal coming up, telling us to reduce to 60. I quite enjoy playing it on console as well, Jake, actually. I think it's the controller. Makes it quite chill. Max0908, thank you for the follow. Alright, we're stopping here at Bitterfeld. Yeah, CIFA's on. I just released it. I just reset it. Is there a difference between playing TSW on Xbox or PS4? Not really. I think the graphics are slightly better on the PS4. Don't quote me on that. But fundamentally, they're the same game. Yeah, I'll show you in a minute, Ronick. I'm going to got this thing open. Got the doors open. So it's here. CIFA's that one, turn it right. PCB is this one, turn it right. SPJ, ever gone back to program the voice interface to truck was really nice? No, I haven't really gone back to that, to be honest, SPJ. I've been way too, I think since about January I've been flat out at work. But things are returning to normality, so I might get a chance to fire up Visual Studio and do fun stuff again. Will I ever do Monday Night Trucking again? Yes, indeed. At some point we'll do trucking. Greppin. We've not got any limits on us now either. Other than that yellow light that's in front of us. Right. Oh, there's Dusto going on the other side there. We are good up to 85, so I might as well speed up. Actually, we get up to 80, given the speed limit is 80. So let's do that. It's 1.9 kilometres to Greppin. Green light. Up to 120. Yellow. Acknowledge that. Oh, hello. Stopping here. Where did that 1.9 kilometres go? Jeez. Baked Bean Kid, that was all your fault. Just saying. Result. What did you miss? Absolutely nothing, Ronak. Nothing went wrong. Everything was absolutely fine and as planned. That never happened, Moggy. Slander. Come on, T-Light. Steady up. Thank you. The station just moved, but the station was coming in towards me, so I missed it. The station would stand still, and everything would be so much easier. Wolfenbitterfeld is next. Oh. PBD. Still in monitoring, wasn't I? It's all gone P-Top, that's it. Baked Bean Kid has made Baked Bean Kid's night. 75, 85, 1000 hertz means I'm limited to 45 kilometers an hour. Let's start paying attention again. I saw the green light in front of me and thought, hey, we're good to go. Yeah, watch what you're doing. Maritime transport, what content do you get in TS 2020? So if you buy TSW 2020, it's on PC, it's Sandpatch Grade, Great Western, Long Island, Main Specified, Northern Transpennine, and if you get Digital Deluxe, it's also Peninsula Corridor. If you buy it on console, it's the same but without sound patch grade, essentially. Good for 85. Pop to yellow. Upgrade just the new route. So if you don't spend any money, then you don't get any new routes, but you'll just get all of the core tech updates. So you get the new menus and journey features and all that sort of thing. No, stop accelerating. You need to stop here, you dummy. Should put the distance to the next station in like big numbers in the top left corner of the screen so that I can see it. Yeah, if all you want to do is get Peninsula Corridor, that will be available separately to buy, and I think there's a 10% discount on it, Maritime, so that'll just be there that's the cheapest way of picking it up if you've got everything else. Okay, you've done it now, Ronick. You're going to Nebworth the next time you drive a train. That's my prediction. Yes, Snits. This is the route that just keeps on going. At least until tomorrow. And when you'll get a next route that just keeps on going and going and going. It seems to take forever to get from San Fran to San Jose. Right, nothing fancy going on PZB. Drop speed warning advance for 120 and a green light. Right, good night, Moggy. Thanks for stopping in, honouring us with your presence. Drop down to 85, pretty sharp like. And then drop down to 70. Good. The skies aren't fantastic, Mick Carter. It's one of the weaknesses of the system. I think they probably look better in the other direction, yeah. It's because of how they're being lit. Ultra Kid, you're enjoying West Somerset at the moment. That's awesome. Yeah, that's the Rooster. The seeing what's coming next in the T is with the T key is fantastic. It really is. Derek, SFG will be the second longest route after Sandpatch Grade. Yeah, and longest on console. For an end-to-end for a local stopping service, one of the 100 series trains, you're looking at about an hour and 45 minutes. For one of the limited stop trains, you're looking at around anywhere between an hour and 20, hour and 30, hour and 40. Depending on whether it's a... Some of them only stop at sort of a few places along the line. Some of them stop at a few places on the north half and then every station below, and some of them the other way around. Then you've got the 300 series, which are the Baby Bullet trains, and they stop at about 4 stations or 5 stations along the way. Some third-party devs have even got the tools already, Maritime. Not many, as part of a closed beta to sort of help us with dev testing. That'll widen out as the tools develop. Ragoon. Nothing fancy on PZB again. Up to 120. Ragoon in 1.9 kilometres. Time to slow down. Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing what people do with the tools once they come out. But no, it is harder. There's a lot more to do. There's a lot more detail, so not everyone will be up to it. But there'll be others that will, so... Uh, 2020, I think, is $24.99 standard edition, $39.99 digital deluxe. If I remember rightly, Via. Yeah, VR would be cool. Be a little while yet, though. Time to lock the doors. Now. The south. Oh, we're at penultimate station. South and then Dessau. Got nothing funky on the PZB, so let's speed up. It's 11 kilometres to the south, and then Dessau is only about 2 foot up the line. MHNC55, thank you for the follow. No, on Steam it will just remain Train Sim World, definitely. It's the same as Train Simulator, it's just Train Simulator these days. Railfan KVN, thank you for the follow, much appreciated. Like 0.2 kilometres. Bit more power to help it maintain the speed. Yeah, track IR would be cool, wouldn't it? Shut up, Sifa. You just pressed acknowledge when Sifa went up in York. The challenge that's not generally a problem, but Electric Kid, Ultra Kid. What is a problem is when you get so used to it going off. Good night, Moricom. You get so used to it going off on the stream that you actively ignore it, and then you realise it was your one that was going off. .8 kilometres, a bit more power. 2 kilometres. Start bringing the speed down for the south-south. Oh, welcome back, Rob. Easiest way to get an answer to that is to watch yesterday's official stream, Daffy's. We showed off the thing, talked about the updates and so forth. There he goes. Yeah, rapid transit is a long route. And this isn't even stopping at all the stations. Right, Dessau is the final station. Just down the line, 4 kilometres. Hey Bam Bam, my day was good, thank you. Busy as always, but that's the way I like it. Up to 120. On proper horn use? No. Have a sneaky suspicion that if there's people walking on the track in front of you, you're allowed to blow the horn, tell them to get the heck out of your way. Yeah, I know, Tordek, it's not ideal. Right. Very excited for tomorrow. Is DTG doing another stream? Yes, indeed. We're doing it at 6 o'clock tomorrow. Yellow lights. We're good for 65. PZB Modo, 500 Hertz is 65 kilometers an hour. And stop. Yeah, you've been around for a while, Ronak. Always a pleasure. Boom! What score did we get? Oh, that's a lot of stops. Imagine what the graph is going to look like on that one.
Bitte achten Sie auf den Abstand zwischen Zug- und Bahnsteigkante.
Oh, hello. Dosto leader at the front, is it? Yeah, you got Taurus at the back. Right, that's that one. One more tonight. We're going to do the NEC now. And that'll complete our run of the original TSW routes. Switch back to here. Well, back to the start, yeah. Baked Bean Kid might lose it. That just makes it more tempting, to be fair. But right. Services ACS 64. Summer cloudy again. And we want to do Boston to Newark Liberty. That will do. This one doesn't take too. When NEC doesn't take too long, Baked Bean Kid. We're in Penn. No, I don't want Penn. Summer cloudy. I want New Rochelle, Newark Liberty. That's what I want. That's what I want. Good night, Compy Freak. More like it. Open the doors. Let's get... Get that one over to there. Hep on. ATC access alerter. Don't need the marker lights. Hey, oh, there's a control panel in here. There is. Battery, maintenance, pantograph is for rear, machine room lights, HEP selector, normal. Good. Cab light off, desk console light off, MCB's closed, put it in forward, wipers off, ditch light off, front headlight bright. Right, I think we're set up now. Oh yes, and miles per hour. Good shout. Brakes to come off. Let's get rolling. Non-stop to New York Penn. Problem is, this loco is close enough to looking and sounding and feeling like a German loco. I'm now ultra paranoid about exceeding 40. That's the swing right to Newark to Grand Central Terminal we've just gone through. We're taking the left-hand run, continuing on the northeast corridor towards New York. Right, we're good up to 100. Doubt we'll get to 100 before the 80, but we can push it. Where'd I start from? New Rochelle, right at the very north of the route. So that's New Rochelle there. That's where it would come into Grand Central Terminal, around that way. Access is already counting me down. That's down to 80. Probably get counted down to 45 shortly. But that won't stop me trying to make the 100. Right, now we're getting speed dropped. Time to penalties going up. It's currently braking at 0.5 meters per second by the looks of it. Release the air brakes. Use the dynamics to trim us down further. It's 45 is what we're aiming for. That's it. Access is disabled. Oh, if you can send me a list of that stuff. If you go through it, Tordo can send me a list of some stuff. I'll feed that back to the localization team. Over the bridge at 45. Just give it a little bit more power to get sped back up to the 45. In a minute we'll get back up to 70. Are you supposed to use a horn when crossing a bridge? I've no idea. I'm not aware of that rule, Baked Bean Kid. Right, we can push it up to 70 now. Access will kicking in a minute. Goes. Use the air brakes, get the train slowing down. That's it, under 60, good to go. Back up to 70 again. There's no stops on this section of the line, but they don't keep you busy speeding up and slowing down. It's because of the curves. Drek, TSW 20 is you get the core game features for free. You'll just get an upgrade. If what you want are the routes, then you'll be able to buy TSW 20 over the top, which will then add the missing routes to your collection. If you're not bothered about the routes, then you'll get everything else for free automatically. I don't think we're too far from the yard down here now. Look for the main highway crossing. Time to penalties kicked in. And it's out. Yeah, that's what I thought, Derek. It didn't look like we're too far from Oak Point. In fact, that might be the main highway crossing over there. Down to 55. Access is shut up. Yep, that's the main highway there, so Oak Point is just over here on the left. There is the control tower. So I'm guessing Hunts Point is going to pull off on the left here shortly. Good for 60. Yep, there's the extra track, the fourth track on the left hand side, so Hunts Point will show up shortly. Shut up, train. There's Hunts Point. Oh, that's sorry, this is Oak Point coming over on the left. Trash train sitting there ready to do something. Highway on the right. It's a double-decker highway, that one. Pete, is American signalling hard to learn? There's a lot more to it than the UK. There's quite a lot of different aspects, and each aspect has a speed limit assigned, so it is speed signalling. So you've got to kind of remember what all the different speeds are and what the rules are that you're being told. So you're being told that you have to slow down to a certain point and so forth. But you can get the hang of it. And there's some good guides online. The manuals have been updated. San Francisco will keep you busy. That's got a mixture of speed signalling and route signalling on it. Any thoughts of running freight on Lear? So there's no NYNA license that we've got. I don't even think we've got any suitable trains for NYNA. So there is. We haven't modelled any. Oh, whoops. Put in suppression braking. So it tells me I'm slow enough. We're good. Oh, access isn't hard compared to PZB. There's not a lot. I just have to do what it says on this screen on the right hand side. So it's telling me I can drive a maximum of 40 kilometers an hour, and I've got a clear signal aspect. So if I, you know, when you see the next thing, you see it's counting down now. So it's saying I've got 60 speed limit, actually, and it's now dropping me down to something else. If I was approaching the speed reduction curve, then the time to penalty would be giving me warning. Yeah, this is PTC Roanoke. So I've now got a 50 limit, so I can speed up to 50. So you just do what this thing tells you to do. The only thing you have to remember is if you exceed that limit, the process for getting it into suppression braking and acknowledging to bring the speed back down again, which is just put the brakes in. Suppression starts flashing at 0.5 meters per second. It goes on solid at 1.5 meters per second, and you need to get the full solid to stop the alarm from sounding. Which is fine. It's not hard. No, it's a lot easier to learn this than PZB. Right, turn over to Hellgate. Does freight run on the Long Island? The New York and Atlantic Railroad are the spin-off that runs freight for the Lear. So, for example, on this line, you'll take trash trains down from here down to the yard here at Fresh Pond. Now, this line here is Long Island, is New York and Atlantic, connecting to the Lear, and this line goes on to the New York and Atlantic. So you'd bring the trash train down to here, and then an NY&A train would then take it on. So all of that's Long Island stuff. In terms of the Long Island, the route itself, I believe freight does run down there. Not a lot, but freight does run down there. We're good for 60. Right, we'll be turning right, bound for New York shortly. Not watching the time to penalty. Right, we're now turned for New York. Good night, Ninja Joker. Hold speed for under 50 for the moment. We're going to get bumped to 60 shortly once we finish the curve. That's the Long Island coming in on the left. I think this is Harold interlocking or something. Sunnyside will be coming up on the right hand side momentarily. Give it some beans. Don't use the bean's name in vain. Yellow green, advance approach. Drop down to 45. Motorcycle Haze, thank you very much for the cheers, much appreciated. approach limited, not advanced approach. Now we're on approach. Whoops. It didn't like that. I got that wrong. Thank you. Being a bit altogether too relaxed on the braking sometimes, I think. Let's get up to the 30. Managing the speed with the dynamic brake. Acela, hey, how's it going? There's no changes to the NEC route that I'm aware of, Acela, nothing I can think of. Oh, we're at the bottom of the tunnel now, changing for an uphill grade shortly. There we go, we're now uphill. There's a bug in the tunnel lighting back there, Tordek, where it sort of everything appears super bright. It's like the baking didn't take in that bit of the tunnel, annoyingly. Right, rolling it back out the other side now. Right, drop into 15 shortly. E-brakes to ease it down. $350 yards to the 15, which gets us into the main part of the submerged area of Penn Station. 800 yards to our stop. Alonso, why playing this game? If you're a train enthusiast, if you want to see what it's like to drive a train. It's quite good fun, but then I'm slightly biased. I'll let the chat answer the question for you. You get a slightly less biased opinion. Hey, NA East Rail fan, how's it going? Right, we're in the 15 any second now. This is the main part of the submerged area. Restricting aspect. Back to approach. Eventually find our platform. Throttle off, coast to a stop. Pedant. Right, wait momentarily before we get clearance to proceed for the next half of the journey. Got nothing in Sunnyside. I wonder if my SW1500 DLC is not working. Awesome, Inspector Tiger. That's what I like to hear. That is what I like to hear. Ugh, I hate this wait at Penn. I mean, in reality, it's a lot longer than this. I think this is a 5-minute wait. In reality, it's a 15-minute engineer turnaround because they end and start their shifts at Penn Station. So in reality, a real engineer would stop at Penn and then go off their break, or start at Penn. You wouldn't drive through Penn. No, there's no time skip. That's quite complicated, trying to do a time skip. No, so Ronald, what would happen here is that as an engineer, I would now shut the cab down and go for my break. Another engineer would come and take the train, set it up, and then after the swap over, he would then take it on down south. And similarly, when a train comes back to Penn, that engineer would get off, another engineer would get on and take it north. So the Penn is the engineer changeover point. Oh, he might get off this train, go and get on one of the ones coming in north and take that one without necessarily having a break. But it wouldn't surprise me if they schedule a break in, because it's New York Penn to Boston, I assume, and New York Penn to Washington. So they're not short journeys. Slim gaming, kind of, but I let's just wait till tomorrow, because I'm not 100% sure how the pricing is all going to work out. Almost there. Now, is this a Secaucus train, or is this a skipping train? Rolling. Turn our racket off. Amtrak the Empire livery. Oh, nice, Ronick. Quasimodo impression. What? What are you on about, baked bean kid? Oh, the bells, I get it. Yeah, fair enough. It's the wrong time of day for me to be able to respond to sharp wit. So it's a good job there's no one here with any. Right, we're on the 1 in 50 down to the West River. I'm allowed up to 20 now. Woohoo! Nice baby kid. Oh, going around the horseshoe curve. Yeah, I bet that was a real treat, Derek. You know you're about halfway through this tunnel when it changes to an upgradient. That's it. We're level. It's easing off down to 183, 167. So it should change for an upgradient shortly. That's it, we're on the upgradient now. One in 83. That should drop up to the 1 in 51 in a minute. Oh, we'll get out of the tunnel shortly. Visit France, take the Eurostar. Yeah, it is fast. 320. Well, if you got the other one, it'd be 320 kilometers an hour. .4 miles to a 90-mile-an-hour speed limit, where we can actually speed up a bit. Oh, we're missing Secaucus. That's good. Newark Penn and Newark International. It's closer to an ICE 4 run at gaming, or the new ICE 3 as they call them, as the other one. Actually, it is the new ICE 3. I think is very similar to the 374. Valero D's, yeah, that's the ones. Yeah, Valero D's are the newer high-speed ones. The other ones, the 373s, they run at 300 kilometers now. 186 miles per hour. Oh, this is exciting. The red paint scheme, that sounds like Talis, Ronak. Come on, end of tunnel, where are you? I think I see the end of the tunnel, or a smudge on my screen. No, I am imagining it. It's the highlighted dot in the middle of the screen. Ah, now I think we might have a tunnel. Exit. Come on, you tunnel exits. The problem is the signalling in these tunnels has got a bug in it, which means it's holding me to 20. It should actually be letting me run to line speed at 60. Super annoying. Talis goes all over the place, Ronak. $200 yards till the 90 limit. Things are going to get sped up in a minute. Mind you, now we've got to wait for a code change point, essentially. 300 yards. Only the one generation difference, Baked Bean Kid. Felt like 3 or 4. Yeah, you're a star of scrapping the 373s. Good. Give it beans. They were pretty worn out, Baked Bean Kid. They were showing signs of, poor reliability. See you later, Pete. Thanks for joining us. Generally harder to maintain, whereas the new Valero D-based ones, different maintenance contract, brand new equipment. So different proposition, really. Good night, Derek. Another one going the other way. Drop speed down to 60. .6 for Newark Penn, and then probably another couple of miles to get down to Newark International Airport. Yep, Siemens Valero D, yeah. Right, we should be able to push it to 90 next. There we go. Except it's already wanting me to slow back down to 60, so we'll just keep it at 60. Hey Homer, just finishing up, to be honest, won't be much longer now. We're going to stop at Newark Penn and Newark International and then we're done. I wanted to do one of each of Rapid Transit, GWE and NEC tonight as a sort of a farewell to TSW 19. Obviously we can still play these routes. Why not, basically? 2.2 miles now for Newark. .45. No, that was from another TS1 route, I think, that airplane. If you look at the actual airplane, it's complete nonsense. The way that the engine nacelles are doesn't make any sense at all. But that's fine. Right, this is Newark Penn we're coming into now, just after the bridge here. Penultimate station. It's the Newark Penn Ultimate Station. Let's drop down ready for this 35 as we come into Penn. We made it. We're only 10 minutes late. Thanks, Tunnel. Oh, Wreckfest is incredible. Slam Door fan. Absolutely incredible. If you're going to join us on Friday, make sure you have got the very track pack installed from Steam Workshop. Right, on departure we're cleared up to 35 miles an hour. Just gonna wait for the yellow bar to whiz round. Awesome, Slam Door, awesome. But yeah, get some career stuff done and build up your funds and buy some cars. And as you do career, you're given cars, so run through career or don't buy cars until you really want to. So there's a countdown distance up here, Alex, that was telling me the right place to stop. I quite badly overshot by about 40 yards, but never mind. It doesn't matter. So you notice that says 2.4 miles, so that'll take you all the way in. Right. Newark Liberty, here we go. It's streaming for a while. 3 hours 40 minutes. Remember, I started really late. Good for 70. Although we're going to get dropped back to 40. Worry about that when we get dropped back to 40. Oh, I didn't do it quick enough. I didn't get it into full suppression braking. Like a donkey. Yeah. Fail. Hey, Duke of Scotland, how are you doing? Ooh, got a red, yellow down coming up next. .30 limits on our final mile. Nebworth. I missed that station once. I missed Nebworth once. And now missing a station is called doing a Nebworth. I was rather relying on the good brakes on the Talent, it wasn't I? Yeah, Rat Paddy. $900 yards. Yeah, I had all the passengers hanging their coats out the window like sails. That wasn't working either. Oh, that's good to hear, G Cook. I hope I'll look forward to getting your thoughts once you actually get your hands on it tomorrow, about 4 o'clock. Yeah, it was Bedford. There was that station on the Leeds-Manchester route. There was... No, Liverpool-Manchester route, sorry. There was the one on the North Jersey Transit line, New Jersey Transit line that I did. I can't remember what that one was now. Yeah, I've missed a couple of stations. Jake, I'm going to be finishing any minute now, as soon as this load unload finishes and the service ends. Off he goes. Bye-bye 2019. Right, that's it, folks. Thanks very much for watching. Tomorrow, 6 PM on the Dovetail stream, Dovetail channel, we're going to be looking at Peninsula Corridor, 6 to 7:30, and then after that, some point in the evening, I will be home and we'll do some more looking at Train Sim World 2020. All right, folks. Take care. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.
Train Sim Live. Matt's gonna drive on down the track. Train Sim Live. It's good to see you've all come back. Matt's right here, he's just begun to showing how it should be done. An engine driver's life is fun, and we can do it too. Train Sim Live. Matt's gonna drive on down the track. Train Sim Live. Good to see you in the chat. Matt will always do his best as he puts locos to the test. He drives for hours without a rest.